Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of The Dimensionalist. I'm a Dimensionalist. Today's topic's about where society will go in the end, the ultimate end, ultimate future, inevitable ultimate end with technology and how society will be constructed with the quote New World Order Illuminati world takeover. And Big Brother, if you've heard of Big Brother, you need to get familiar with Big Brother and hopefully be his friend in the end. So today I was gonna make a video about all the current technology. I know I said months ago about where technology is gonna to go at one point, and it's inevitable that we're all gonna be watching Big Brother in the end. That's no way to avoid that. But first, I'm gonna talk about where technology is gonna go. Okay, we already got cell phones. It's like we already get cell phones. What's after cell phones? What's after televisions? And well, I'll start breaking it down logically from these objects, this technology, and how it's going to evolve into the same type of technology but better. Okay, Take for instance, televisions. We're already at 4K resolution TVs. 4K resolution TVs are 4K. If you did not notice, 8K is the highest resolution there is. They're going to be nothing after 8K because supposedly research I've read that movies over the years never remastered. They're recorded in 8K and then they're downed to DVD, 720p, 1080p, 4K, and 8K. Unless they're making something before 8K that's higher resolution than 4K, but I think that 8K will be after 4K, and that'll be however many years in the future, at least 10 years from now, and then that's 10 years, if not 10 years from now. 8K's televisions will be the future, and then it would always be. Then the televisions will evolve into hologram TVs, 3D televisions, hologram TVs, to where it's projecting polygons in a virtual space. We've already seen that with people making holograms and stuff, and the hologram show with Tupac Shakur and Eazy-E performing, and they construct a hologram where he's performing. So, that's where technology is going to go. That's inevitable. And I'm going to take it a step further than that. So we're better than hologram technology. Phones will be rendered in holograms, 3D phones, and interfacing with polygons on your phones. At one point, when you look at your phone, I'll give you an example. I'll get my other phone over here. The polygons will be rendered above, and you'll be able to move to objects like this. So people will be rendering and programming in 3D polygons, light projection and things like that. I don't know how to program like that. I've done slight Hello Worlds and programming in C++ and things in Visual Basic and stuff like that before. I understand the concepts of it, but it's completely complex. So we'll be programming and have phones to where we'll be able to touch those objects above the phone and still touch the phone physically, still touch and move things on the phone like that, turn our phone on and stuff like that, and be using it. And ultimately it'll project holograms, and people will program in polygons and holograms. So that's 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now. I would, if I had to put a number on it. We're still in the best phases of phones getting fast as crazy. Play really good video games on phones. So much better than the technology it was 20, 30 years ago. Portable devices, Game Boy and stuff like that. You already see there's 3D TVs, 3D televisions. You need to wear 3D glasses, or there's some televisions we don't need 3D glasses, supposedly, and it's got an art to it and stuff like that. And holograms, eventually, after holograms, this could be another 100, 200, 300, maybe 1,000 years from now. I'll put a number on it, I'll tell you why. Because this technology after holograms will be solidified holograms, light that becomes solid. If you see my holodeck video of Theory of Hacking Matter and the real holodeck, the reason being is because light is the lightest particle. That's what's called light. It's the lightest particle. It's like 0.00000 something all the way to 1 of lightness. Like it's a particle. If they were to beam of light, shoot a beam of light, and have another part of technology, lasers, solidify lasers. Lasers are more solid. You can feel lasers. If they were to take that light beam of laser, they can materialize objects physically and unmaterialize them out of light. So it'd be a like holodeck, like in Star Trek. Inevitably, we will get that far. Just like with Big Brother, the government will be complete spies and will completely be governed by the government and microchips. Ultimately, in the end, buy or sell, and your money and revenue will be done off that, and that'll be very hectic. People cutting people's arms off, taking ships out their body to get their money, to buying things. Go buy this for me. To bribery. Think about how that would be if there's no physical cash. That people would do trade and they would buy and sell things with a microchip in their body manually, to where the government and Big Brother keep track of it. That would be very hectic in the mob world, mafia world, and the gangster society. Not there's really gangster society, but people that are gangsters and people that want to run the streets and stuff like that. And cars will start to hover at one point, and the roads will be integrated to do hovering. And but that's thousands of years from now, 1,000 years at least, 500 years, depending upon how they can actually construct a vehicle that floats, hovering, and actually flying. They got cars that can take off and fly and glide. Don't get me wrong, it's good, like a little plane and shit like that. It can land, but yeah. So technology in the future is going to go 8K televisions, 3D televisions, 8K 3D hologram projected televisions, phones that are in 4K, phones that are in 8K, 8K phones, polygram phones, hologram projecting phones. We already got overhead projectors on our phone. You shoots onto the wall and you see something. So that's one step there, and the technology will be available. Don't think it won't. Especially for a consumer, the technology is already there, and corporations and the government. Um, yeah, so, uh, yeah, so it's inevitable that technology will get that far. There's no way around it. Microchipping, Big Brother, hologram projectors, and then the hologram projectors, and then solidifying light, and then that in itself being upon, um, in a virtual reality in the house. Virtual reality will increase to 8K, 4K. It's already in high definition, 8K, where it looks real. 8K is supposedly the resolution of life. They're like all the colors are going to be there that you actually see. It's going to look so real that if you were to put something right there and put a camera behind it, it would look like you're looking straight through the television. If they were to have a camera's position behind it to see everything behind it, you would look exactly like it, and things like that. So my friend was like, of course television can go higher than 8K if that's the resolution of life. Life itself, you can't go higher than that, because what we perceive is like, well, they create different colors and stuff like that. No, although I think the spectrum of light is always in that barrier. That's 8K. That's every spectrum of light, every single color, and the dot per inch squeezed into a screen, and resoluting life. So I don't think anything can be higher than that. Like, how can you watch something that's higher than life? I want you all to comment on that. How can a television be higher than 8K? And from my understanding, 8K is the highest. And when they always recorded movies back then, they always downed it. I guess they do remaster it to some degree. But I just know that when they record movies in 8K, if it's a corporation like major movie studio, they record in 8K. That's why they say, so how all these movies come out and they're automatically in 10K. That's because they already had the highest resolution. You can't just make a movie. That means they have to go in and create every frame and polish everything. You don't got time to do thousands of frames per second, 60 frames, 30 frames per second in a movie, and it come out perfect. Think about that. But they do got software rendering technology and stuff like that, and massive encoders and things. So, yeah, and uh, that's where technology will go. We'll be watched by Big Brother. There's an ultimate. That's the ultimate goal. Bankers, Rothschilds, the Illuminati, and the secret world government, the dark cabal, reptilians. If you believe that there's reptilians, I believe they govern the earth, and they will be the ones that are gonna take over. And you're gonna be watched by Big Brother, technology. So that's why I believe all children should be taught technology, learn technology. I used to be a script kiddie slash computer hacker back when I was 15, 16, 17 years old. I did everything easy. I used other people's program files, edit it, and stuff, go in and do like this and steal people's stuff and hack. But I put that behind me. I had a lot of bad karma after that because I stole so many AOL accounts, so many video game accounts, stole so many people's stuff that probably why I fucking did time incarcerated. If you look at it from a karmic karma standpoint, in that regard. So long story short, man, people need to learn computers. So in the future, there's going to be hackers of all those things also. Hackers ain't just going to stop after Big Brother. Hackers, it's always going to be there. People have to figure stuff away if they're always watched by Big Brother, how to rob a bank. Big Brother watching every single second, And then how they're going to govern that in bathrooms and how they're going to do it in public society and streets and worldwide, And they'll gradually get there, Technology will get there. That's the inevitable truth of technology. There's social media. There's Google search engines. People searching things consistently. They take all these statistics data. They can load all this information into a robot. They can load an entire GPS. So check out my other video, real speculation of Terminator. Not saying if the Terminator is going to come from the future or anything like that, but a Terminator is a robot being so sophisticated with understanding reality that it has the possibility of programming itself to do certain tasks. I do put it at least one task if you were to send a robot to do something, but not artificial intelligence shit. I think we're getting there to AI. But artificial intelligence, robots, cyborgs, and people you think are people but are really robots. I don't know. On a couple occasions in my life, I felt like I met cyborgs, and the guy I thought his name was something O'Connor or something. No, his name was something Connor. And I seen him. It was a black guy. He was real old, and he was really fucking big. The way he moved and slow, and robots don't feel emotion. So what I said his name was James Connor. That's what his name was. It was really weird because why would his name be Connor and he act like a robot, right? And I said, hey James, and he looked at me. I said, I love you, and he turns to look at the other guy and turns back at me and says, I love you too. I don't know, man. I just thought he was robots, so I had to try it out. Even if I'd sound kind of crazy saying I love you. It was in a mental home, actually. That's the weird thing. And I wasn't going through any hypnotic things. But that was, psychosis. I was going through psychosis, but I believed at that particular point, I stay skeptical. Psych meds in my mind don't really override me. And I think I'm a pretty sensible person when it comes to those things. And another occasion, I seen like the same type of looking dude in Richmond, Virginia, back when I lived there, long time ago. Almost 10 years ago. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8 or 9 years ago when I lived in Richmond, Virginia, a while back before I moved to another state. So, yeah, just, we'll have cyborgs, computers, people will be doing computer, people will be integrating with computers, and, we will eventually get there. Super matching refraction, invisibility, cloaks that can go over your body to where it bends the light around every single angle to where if you look at it, you'll be able to see. Like if there's a cloak, this is something you see my arm. This is a super matching refraction cloak. You put it over it. This light right here beaming across here, right here, over the cloak, would bend the light that's over here, the light projection, so it looks like I'm seeing through it. You'll still be able to see like stealth camo like in Metal Gear Solid. I think it's completely possible. They got to have some light stuff, mirrors, cameras, nanoscale. in order to super matching refraction. I've read that and also in the book Theory of Hacking Matter, which is very, very intriguing if you want to check it out. Hacking Matter, holodecks will be thousands of years from now where they can perfect something like that. 3D printing's going somewhere. Everything's going on a personal level. And everything, the exchange of information is so much quicker now. Technology is going to go and it's going to increase drastically. That's why I believe society and people that are, I know everybody wants to participate in their music, and I think where rap's going and hip hop really not educational. It doesn't mean you got to listen to educational music, but I hope those people still have some sensibility with understanding complex things. Not saying that people that listen to hip hop and want to run the streets and stuff, sell drugs, are fucking stupid. It's just that's where it stops at. You can't have intelligent conversation with them people because they don't understand it. If I explain some of this stuff, they're all like, I don't know. And especially some of the women nowadays are like, let me visit this. This is not like a self-esteem thing or nothing, but I talk very complex. I can explain things such. So when I express myself in a certain way and I explain my sentence structure, they look at me like, fuck, like how do? I'm not trying to pick you up. I'm just having a casual conversation. That's how I know then and there if their comprehension is on my level. Not that I had to go all the way and say talk about technology instantly or nothing, but if I stop in to say something or compliment something or mention something that's going on, there's complexity in word structure to what I say. And there's a problem there with some people. Like, seriously, like, this dude weird fuck. Because he can talk good, because he reads the dictionary, because he studies, because he reads religion, science, philosophy, because he actually wants to learn things. Weird. But ultimately, I think all those people, just like I just said, should be fucking shot. Should be sacrificed to fucking Molex. But that's my pizza. I hope y'all enjoyed another video of Dimensionalist that wraps everything up. I'm about to eat. Y'all take care. Remember, I'm a Dimensionalist. Peace.